The amount of funds that flow through area development districts has expanded over the years, so that now the area development districts are true powerhouses and are responsible for the expenditure and management of millions and millions and millions of state and federal dollars. Now, I can tell you from being in the General Assembly that there are many members of our General Assembly that don't have a clue what area development districts are. They may know where the building is, they may know who the director is, they certainly know who the judge execs are in their communities and their mayors, but they still don't have a clue where the money comes from and what the broad spectrum is of the services that they provide. But the ads were originally created to serve as regional planning entities, and as such, it was not anticipated that large amount of money would be flowing through them. Over the years, ads have added programs and have taken on responsibilities as varied as providing Meals on Wheels and workforce development services, which is what we're basically talking about today, along with continuing the planning function for which they were originally created. A review of the statutes creating and establishing a structure for the operation of the ads reveals that the current language falls short when it comes to oversight and transparency for entities that are now handling millions and millions of dollars. In other words, our statutes have not progressed as ads have moved forward and become responsible for more and more. So this legislation aims to establish a bit more structure, transparency, and oversight for the ads. Whether we like it or not, the job in the General Assembly is to make certain that every tax dollar is spent appropriately and for what it was meant to be spent for, whether it's federal or state tax. And that's what our citizens expect us to do. And I'm sure that's what everyone in this room likes to see as well. I'm very hopeful that the 15 area development districts will step up and be supportive of this legislation. And I hope that they can look at this as an additional means to strengthen where they work and the communities in which they serve. Now, we did have, I think, at least 6 or 8 judge executives or directors or mayors who testified before 3 different legislative committees during the interim. And I will tell you that all of them said, we support transparency legislation. Now, it's one thing to support transparency legislation when you don't know what it is. But now we have filed this bill, and they will know it as House Bill 438, and they will see what my definition and Darrell Link's definition of transparency is. This is just the beginning. This is really a deliberative process. There are other people who will weigh in on this conversation, especially since I have not talked directly to Mike Harmon this morning. I did talk to Sarah Beth Gregory, but their office was brought into this legislation as well. I think that the ads are ready to move forward, and I think they're ready to make some quality progress, and I think they are really desperate to rebuild the public trust and to maximize their tax dollars and to be the best stewards that they could possibly be.